Welcome everyone to Waterspirit's Summer Solstice celebration. I'm so grateful that you could join us here on this amazingly summer-like, because it actually is summer now, evening. Thanks for coming out in this New Jersey heat wave to celebrate the arrival of the season and its deeper meaning. I am Blair Nelson, Executive Director of Waterspirit, and I'm joined tonight by a beautiful group of people. We've got our Waterspirit staff members, Lisa Marr and Ann Price up front. We're joined online by another Waterspirit staff member, Rachel Dawn Davis. So I'm going to wave at our live stream camera back in that corner to say hi to Rachel and everybody at home. And she will be monitoring the live chat on YouTube while our ceremony is happening here in person in Rumson. Thank you to all of our volunteers, including our special guest performer, Flutist Diane Doolittle, right over there. Diane. Big congratulations and thanks to Angel Tenor, who is right over there. Angel's a Waterspirit volunteer who recently completed her 200-hour yoga teacher training. So she will be sharing with us a modified sun salutation later on to welcome the summer solstice. And a big thank you to volunteer Star Tenor right next to her. Star, in addition to reading, will also be providing American Sign Language interpretation for one of tonight's readings. And thank you also to the amazing Core of Fire dancers whose beautiful dance will inspire us all. You're back over there, I see you. So thank you to Carol, to Lisa, and to Lorraine for sharing your dancing talents with us tonight. It's always beautiful when you can make it here. And thank you to all of our behind-the-scenes volunteers as well who help everything run so smoothly. We could not do this without you, so thank you. And welcome to all of our friends on our live stream as well. Whether you're here in person with us or joining us virtually, we are so grateful that you're taking this moment to celebrate the arrival of summer. So please be sure to use that chat function to interact with Rachel online and be a part of this ceremony too. And stay connected with this community that's gathered here in the sanctuary today. So if you have not already done so, everybody who's in the room with me, please take a moment to silence your cell phones. And also, please note that anything from this open area of the floor forward is going to be visible on the live stream. So if for any reason you don't want to be on TV tonight, just make sure to avoid this area. For those of you who are here for the first time, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about what Waterspirit is, who we are. We are a spiritual ecology nonprofit sponsored by the Sisters of St. Joseph of Peace. We were founded in 1998 by Sister Suzanne Golas, and since that time, we have promoted both the personal and systemic transformations needed for a flourishing earth with clean, safe water for everyone. Water is sacred. We hold these equinox and solstice celebrations so that we may all tune into the cycles of the earth and remember our interdependence with all of Earth's systems. If you enjoyed tonight's proceedings, please consider making a donation online at waterspirit.org or in the donation box in the vestibule. And you can also, on our website, waterspirit.org, find out more about our upcoming events, as well as our advocacy campaigns and efforts, even ways to take action from home. And before we begin, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge whose land we're on. Waterspirit is headquartered in the homeland of the Navasink Lenni Lenape, on the peninsula named Navarumsunk. We respectfully acknowledge the Lenape peoples, past, present, and future, here in Lenape-Hoking and throughout the diaspora. We respect their knowledge, culture, and tradition, which have contributed to the conservation of land and water. We offer our care and our gratitude for Lenape-Hoking, as well as our commitment to establish just and right relations with these lands, waters, and people. And now, let us begin our ceremony. I invite all of our volunteers to come forward around the altar as we light this large candle in the glass. As they're coming forward, I'll explain that this candle reminds us of this, the longest day of the year, with the most sunshine. The summer is filled with the long days of the sun shining brightly and sending energy to earth, bringing with it a summer form full of warmth and sunshine. If you'd like to hand up, please. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated.
I'm going to have a reading from The Sundial of the Seasons by Hal Borland. Solstice, we call it, the summer solstice, when Earth begins its swing back on its trunnions, and the longest day of the year is at hand, and daylight begins its creeping abbreviation once more. Solstice and summer, and bee drone in the clover field, first fledglings out of the nest, corn almost knee-high, another spring complete. Taken literally, solstice means that the sun stands still, but that is an illusion. There is no standing still in any season. The earth turns, and the year turns, and sunrise changes, and sunset alters day by day. And neither man nor his affairs stand still. Change is the only constant. Trees grow, corn ripens, and man must grow and ripen with them, even as the sun goes through its cycle. To plant, to harvest, to learn, to know, that is the law of time. The solstice is the year's meridian, not its resting place. To stop time, to make the sun stand still, that has been the dream of many dreamers. To decide and act, and have the chance to redecide and act anew on the same problem. But no problem is ever the same twice, as no day or year is like any other. The seed sprouts and grows, and there's the harvest. Summer comes with its elusive and passing solstice, and we move on, webbed in time and change. There is no stopping, no turning back. The solstice, and then the equinox, and winter again, and the round renewed. The corn grows tall, the bee drones, the berry ripens. Another summer. The summer solstice occurs at the moment the Earth's tilt towards the sun is at its maximum. Therefore, on the day of the summer solstice, the sun appears at its highest elevation with a noontime position that changes very little for several days before and after the summer solstice. For every place north of the Tropic of Cancer, the sun is at its highest point in the sky, and this is the longest day of the year. I'd like to introduce Diane Doolittle, who is now going to perform for us flute dance.
Summer. What better time to get together with friends, family, and loved ones and celebrate the source of all life? What better time to acknowledge the life force energy within us and give back to creation some of the energy and blessings that we are always receiving? The earth constantly provides for all of us with her incredible bounty, and the sun's energy provides warmth and light necessary for all living beings to flourish. When we take time to watch changes happening in the world around us, we witness summer. The sun is strong, the trees are full and green, their leaves pigmented with chlorophyll as they capture the sun's rays and produce food. The heat of the sun encourages tiny caterpillars to emerge from eggs and nibble on the leaves of trees. Birds, too, are busy flitting from branch to branch in search of insects to feed their recently hatched chicks. This is summer, full of activity, full of life. Recognizing and celebrating these routines in nature is how we keep ourselves connected to Earth's cycles. I'd offer this thank you prayer for the sun, adapted from the summer solstice, a Super Sunday Solarbration by Jane Blewett. As I hold up my hand, please respond, we thank you. Holy One, source of all life and beauty, we thank you for the sun that shares its energy with earth and all creatures. When we feel the sun's warmth, we thank you. When we see the sun's light, we thank you. When we eat food grown and energized by the sun, we thank you. When we eat fruits and vegetables, we thank you. When we see the variety of animals, birds, and fish, we thank you. When we see the beautiful color and varieties of flowers, we thank you. We ask that the sun's generosity in sharing energy with us will remind us to share our own gifts and energy with others. Amen. And please welcome the Core of Fire Interfaith Dancers.
take a moment to consider, where are you putting your energy this season? Where are you putting energy this season? Summer solstice is a time of growth and light. So it's a great time to charge up your intentions for the season. Let's all pause to contemplate our goals. What are the things that you want to bring into your life? What habits do you want to change? What should you stop doing? Then, turn your program to the center page and write down your intentions or affirmations. You can make them as long or as short as you like. They can be as specific or general as you need them to be. They can be goals, plans, aspirations, whatever works for you. Just make sure that there's something that really matters to you. Once you have a few intentions and affirmations written down, state them daily for best results. You could say them out loud in front of a mirror, or post your intentions where you're bound to see them every day. If you're comfortable sharing, we will gladly pass the microphone so you may speak them aloud for all to hear. To our viewers at home, I encourage you to share your intentions in the chat.
This summer solstice, I'm looking to bring more opportunities to remain separate of others through selfless service. Anyone else like to share? It's not that. You set the bar really high. Really I actually do want to go for more walks in nature myself. I told myself I'm going to, and I'm going to make it happen. Over there, Noah? Nice. He's going to practice soccer. Nice. Nice. Tiffany?
I want to increase farmland so that I can run a nonprofit for youth aging out of foster care system.
Beautiful. What do you want to share? Oh, you're finishing school? Nice. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a really big one. Yes? Oh, beautiful. Don't lose touch. Make new friends, but keep the old. Oh, there's a song in there somewhere.
We have a couple from the chat as well. Eileen shares that one of her intentions is to include more joy and to share it, as well as to release judgment and self-criticism. And Rachel echoes the same, making time for joy, for taking up musical instruments, and instilling more dear time in my home. Drop everything and read.
I'm so glad people online are sharing. That's really nice. So, while we're taking time to recognize the importance of our great golden star, the sun, let's also recognize the power of the sun for clean energy. With solar energy, we can limit our reliance on fossil fuels and reduce our carbon emissions. The sun was created 4.5 billion years ago. It's a long time, right? Would anyone like to guess an estimate of when humans began to harness that sun and use that energy? Go ahead, shout it out. Who wants to guess? Today? Yeah, today. 30 years ago? Yeah, around then maybe? The number's far older. Wow, that sounds wild. 100 years ago. That's like the 1930s. Nope, 20s. I can tell you what today's date is. Wow. Whew. But guess what? It's older. In fact, we first began harnessing the sun. Sorry, Noah, I have my glasses on. I didn't see you over there. Go ahead, tell me. What do you guess? Well, somebody might have, but they didn't make solar cells. So we're going to go with that science. But you're right, they used the sun, but this was harnessing the sun in solar cells, and that first happened in 1839. Wow, yeah way. Who said no way? Yeah way. The sun's going to help me out with a little project here. Hello, sun. You are my favorite that you're willing to do this for me. Thank you. You're the best, Blair. You're the best. You're a lovely son. So Blair is going to be our son, and she's going to pull up some volunteers for us. We need 11 volunteers to help us out with a timeline that we're going to tell you how it happened as people were learning to harness the sun. Yeah, being shy is not appropriate here. Thanks, Noah. We can always count on Noah to come in. 9, here comes 10 right there. One more. All right, Eleanor. Nice. So, this timeline is beginning when? How far back did we say we were going? 1839, with the father of solar panels, Edmond Becquerel, a young physicist working in France, observed and discovered the photovoltaic effect, a process that produces a voltage or electric current when exposed to light or radiant energy. In the 1860s, a French mathematician, Augustin Mouchot, began registering patents for a solar-powered engine. Way! In 1884, Charles Fritz, an inventor in New York City, installed the first solar panels on a New York City rooftop. Should I repeat that date? 1884. In the 1950s, this is a local group here, we like this. In the 1950s, inventors Darrell Chapin, Calvin Fuller, and Gerald Pearson at Bell Labs managed to create a solar cell that was 6% efficient. That doesn't sound great, but it was an improvement. It was definitely an improvement. Oh, but in the 1970s, what happened? The energy crisis happened in the 1970s. In the United States, Congress passed the Solar Energy Research, Development, and Demonstration Act of 1974. The federal government was committed more than ever to make solar viable and affordable and to market it to the public. In 1979, President Jimmy Carter had solar panels installed at the White House. Carter, in his State of the Union address, presented an ambitious plan to put America on a clean energy path, 20% of energy from renewable resources by 2000. In 1986, the panels were removed to do roof repairs at the White House, and President Reagan chose not to have the panels reinstalled. But in 2003, with the George W. Bush administration, James Dougherty, the architect and project manager for the National Park Service Office of the White House, brought solar energy back to the White House. In 2013, you're doing great, son. You're doing great. In 2013, President Obama increased White House electricity generation from solar power more than tenfold and hosted a solar summit to celebrate the United States' commitment to support solar deployment and jobs. Still, it took until 2019 for renewable energy resources to provide 13.1% of the United States' energy. But our future is bright. In 2022, for the first time, renewable energy resources surpassed coal in the United States. Hey, me too. Hey. In 2023, renewable energy made up 22% of the country's electricity, and it's expected to increase to 24% in 2024 and 26% in 2025. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, the United States is a resource-rich country with enough renewable energy resources to generate more than 100 times the amount of electricity Americans use each year. We can do it. Thank you to our volunteers. Wonderful job. Thank you to our lovely son. Wonderful job. It's enlightening, isn't it? Sorry, it doesn't get better. I get silly, but we do take this seriously too. Waterspirit's been working hard to encourage a transition to clean energy wherever possible. You may have heard of our most recent celebration, where Waterspirit, in collaboration with other groups, defeated the Nessie pipeline. That's a big deal. We'll continue to promote systemic changes needed for a flourishing Earth. May our coming together help honor and inspire those disproportionately affected by cumulative environmental justices. May we harness clean energy of this day to amplify their voices, advocate for change, and take action towards a more equitable and sustainable future for all. We thank you for doing your part in making a conscious choice to support renewable energy as a cheaper, cleaner, and preferred energy source. And once again, we thank the sun for generously sharing its energy with us.
For our next poem, I'd like to invite Star Tenor to join me. Star is going to interpret this poem in American Sign Language for us. And I'm going to see if I can get the camera a little bit closer to you. Okay. Golden Sun by Lenore Hetrick. Great, glorious golden sun, shine down on me today. You are the life of all this earth, you and your magic ray. You are the life of bird and plant, all must depend on you. Shine down, great sun, the whole day long, shine from the heavens blue. And I will welcome your golden rays, for you mean life to me. And you mean happiness and health, strength and energy. Shine down, great sun, on flower and field, and never say goodbye. Forever and ever, give us your light from out the side blue sky. Thank you very much, Star. All right, everyone. Bringing up the other talented sister, we are about to join Angel Tenor, who will lead us all in a modified sun salutation. If you wish to participate up front, where you can move more freely, you are warmly invited to join us up front. Those who would not like to join up front or in the aisles, you're also invited to take one of these seats in the front benches. We'll make it a little bit easier to move. And with that, we'll turn it over to Angel.
Give me
they might need a little bit of love. Hands back to our hearts. Inhale up, bare hands together. Exhale down to the ground. This is going to be our most challenging one yet. Inhale up, exhale down. Big inhale. You want to get the most sunlight you've gotten yet to that heart mudra, because we're going to bring that energy down to our heart and offer it to that person who's in darkness, who needs that sun's healing energy the most. Bring your hands up again to prayer hands. Exhale down to the floor and your knees. And this time we're just going to slowly roll up. Nice and slow. You can let your hands hang down. Come up, bring your shoulders back. Palms facing forward. Fingers down to the floor. You're in mountain pose. Unshakable view.
A beautiful guided moment of sharing the light of the sun with ourselves and with others. Thank you again, Angel. And now we're pleased to welcome Diane Doolittle back to play Emerald Fields.
Memories of the Beach by David Taylor. We went to the beach to get wind in our hair, to stand on the sand and simply to stare, to let surf tickle toes and dampen our clothes as we played runaway from the wavelets at play. We went to the beach to climb on the rocks, find cool, shallow pools where we would take off our socks, and peer in the waters to see what we might find that the waves of the sea had left behind. We went to the beach to find colored shells, the kind that when placed to our ears made the sound of the ocean appear. and gathered rocks that we would never find in places we walked most of the time. We went to the beach and all that we did find, and the smell of the salt refreshed our tired minds. I'll never forget the laughter and sounds and the freedom to run on that wet, sandy ground. We went to the beach, my family and I, and there we were one with the ocean, the beach, and the sky. And I'll invite Anne up to lead us in a guided imagery.
So I'm going to lead you on a very peaceful journey. So I want you to find a comfortable position and participate as fully as you are comfortable. You can allow your gaze to soften or even close your eyes. If you're comfortable, take a deep breath in and exhale fully. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to drop. Allow your face to soften. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Imagine you're sitting comfortably on a blanket spread out on the beach, on the soft sand. Imagine you reach over and press your hand into the sand. Feel the warmth of the sand. Feel the dampness of the sand. You lift a handful of sand and you feel the grains with your fingers. Slowly, the sand falls gently through your fingers to the ground. Breathe in deeply and imagine the scent of the beachy air. Exhale and listen to the crashing of the waves. Continue to breathe with the sea and listen to the waves. Hear the sound of the gulls calling. Feel the spray of mist on your face and taste the salt on your lips. Take another deep breath in and allow your worries to melt away. Inhale deeply again, and as you exhale, feel a sense of calm wash over you from the top of your head to your face, to your shoulders. Calm washing over your back, your abdomen, your legs, and your feet. Feel that sun shining warm on your skin, warming you and relaxing you. And allow a favorite seaside memory to come to you. Allow that memory to linger for a moment. Recall the people who were there with you. Recall the joy of that time and place. Take another deep breath in And as you exhale, send love to the people who shared that memory with you. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, send your appreciation to the sea. Take one last deep inhale, and as you exhale, exhale as if you're breathing out through a straw. Slowly open your eyes and allow yourself to focus. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your field trip. While that memory is conjured in your mind, I'm asking you to think about what you felt. How did it make you feel to be there? We're going to hand out some paper shells, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write down that feeling. It can be one word or a sentence, a phrase, however you choose. You're going to write that feeling on the shell. You're going to tape it onto this beautiful painting provided to us by Layla. We're going to tape it right onto the beach to share these beautiful feelings, how we all love and treasure our home by the sea. We are so fortunate to be in New Jersey. Our friends that are at home, if you'd like to write something in the chat about how that moment made you feel, the memories that were conjured, please feel free to share it with us. If you're ready, feel free to come forward and tape your feelings right onto this beach. Do you want to read out somewhere that might be online? Okay, so give it down the numbers, but you're getting the shell on the sand. Oh, it doesn't have to be on the sand. I guess it could be in the basket, under the umbrella. Wow, that is going to be the best shell beach ever. I've never been so fortunate to find this many shells on a beach. This is remarkable. Would anyone like to share aloud with our pretend microphone to tell us what you had as your cherished memory? Please. Grateful. Oh, nice, nice. You live very close to the sea. You should be grateful. Nice. Thank you. Anyone still with you? I have playful too. Playful, playful, nice. Playing in the waves. Playing in the waves, nice. Blair, would you like to read yours aloud? And then I'm guessing your sister, who has to share this?
Actually, this is one with my son. We We enjoyed telling the epic tale of the rise and fall of the sandcastle civilization.
I would like to hear that later. I want to hear this epic tale.
And online, Rachel shares that she feels at ease connecting with the flow of the water, thinking of my eldest practicing yoga on the beach naturally. The time was shared with another new mom friend and her daughter.
Nice. This means so much to me, sharing moments like this with all of you. I'd like you to take just a moment to consider first how fortunate, I'll put the tape down now. To consider how fortunate we are to live in New Jersey that has such an extremely large coastline. It's lovely. And also contemplate the so many volunteers and people that go out and clean regularly, and I see faces here who've done that, who participate in beach cleanups and organize beach cleanups with so many great organizations to help keep these waters clean. And then I'd like you to think for just a moment. Don't you think everyone should have this? Everyone should get to have that sensation of the beauty, the peace, the gratitude, the playfulness. We should all be so fortunate. Thank you.
We have thought of the joy of the life-giving water from the sea, but we also reflect on the trouble Earth is facing. Along with the warm summers come droughts and contrasting hurricanes and floods. For the farmer who helplessly watched their fields flood or crops wither in extreme heat, we open our hearts. For the girl who had to quit school to complete the daily chore of walking to fetch water for her family to live, we open our hearts. For the women who feel shame because she has no water to spare for sanitation or even hygiene, we open our hearts. For the families who have lost their homes to hurricanes and floods, we open our hearts. For the forests suffering wildfires and the animals who called those forests home, we open our hearts. To honor them and to honor the earth, we pledge to appreciate, conserve, and protect water whenever and wherever we can. For Earth and all of her beings, we pledge to conserve energy and reduce our dependence on fossil fuels to help slow the effects of the climate crisis. So a poem by Eric Hansen called Peace of the Beach. Leave your worries by the shoreline and run your bare feet through the sand. Let the water be a soft bed when you cannot bear to stand. Make friends with flying seagulls and hold the sun upon your palm before you duck beneath the waters where the world is mute and calm. Tell the fish all of your problems as they come swimming past. When your lungs are close to bursting, swim above the waves and gasp. Let the water hold your sadness and wash it right out to sea. So like a message in a bottle, all your worries are set free. And the sea might make you feel alone, but the world has troubles too. For how else do you suppose that the ocean got so blue? Diane Doolittle will join us again for some more music.
Thank you, Diane. There are times when gloom or darkness causes us to momentarily lose sight of the light. However, it's at times like these when the thought of the sun can help us. The sun's warm, glowing rays brighten even our thoughts. And it's good to remember that despite appearances, the sun is shining somewhere right now. We might not be able to see it. It might be hidden behind a tree, behind a cloud, maybe even behind the moon. It happens sometimes. But they're only filtering the sunlight temporarily. If darkness has fallen, we know that the sun is still shining somewhere, not too very far away. And it's only a matter of time before it'll shine on us again. The sun reminds us that our one shining truth is never extinguished. Our light shines within us at all times, no matter what else occurs around us. Like the sun, our light is the energy that connects us to the movements of the universe and the cycle of life. And our light is present at all times, whether we feel its glow or not. I'm honored to share with you one more beautiful poem before our celebration is ending. A Summer Day by Mary Oliver. I'm not going to cry. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean. The one who's flung herself out of the grass. The one who is eating sugar out of my hand. Who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down. Who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? This close. Almost got through without crying.
And for our final blessing, I would like to share this summer solstice prayer written by Wendy Jansen of Burning Bush Forest Church. Great Spirit of the sun, on this dawning of a new day, we turn our faces toward your radiance, looking for your grace to shine upon us. Creator of light, may your fire burn within us, igniting passion, fueling growth, empowering action, extending warmth to all with whom we connect this day. On this longest day of the year, we celebrate life, abundance, fertility, growth, fruitfulness, ripening, color, strength, vitality, and richness. We also celebrate this day with the indigenous peoples who have called this place home long before settlers arrived. We pray that we might be good neighbors, good listeners, and good allies as we pray together for reconciliation, for justice, and for the earth we all call home. Let us rejoice in this longest day of light. Amen. Thank you, everyone. And while we're applauding, let's hear it one more time for our special guest performers, Diane Doolittle and the Corps of Fire Interfaith Dancers. Thank you to our dedicated volunteers, Angel and Star, and all of our volunteers who helped us during the ceremony and behind the scenes. And thank you to our online participants who are able to be with us today to help us all welcome summer. For those of you who have joined us here in person after this ceremony, you are invited to join us downstairs in Monroe Lounge for refreshments, including sun tea, in just a few minutes. But first, may you each carry the blessings of this ceremony with you all summer long. Our ceremony is now concluded. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be loved, and may you be at peace. Blessed solstice, everyone. Thank you.